The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is brought to you by the host of the program, who is solely responsible for its content.
Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Savani.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
Excellent. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Still in a remote location?
Yes, I'm in a secure remote location.
And we have with us Ed Price, who's also in a secure. Well, you're not so remote because you're essential. We're not essential. Ed Price, Luzerne County Security Consultant for Vector Security.
Hello, everybody.
How are you? Calling from your offices in Luzerne County.
I'm a little lonely because I'm I'm in a whole side of the building all by myself. So.
Well, that's the way life is these days, right? So could you imagine our governor has declared that housing is not essential, so we had to stop work, and so we're not able to show people houses, but we're calling in, and we're making the radio show happen, so we're happy to do that. And thanks for being with us 2 weeks in a row. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many exceptional realtors. We have been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for nearly 50 years.
Well, 50 years. During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And you can go through the list of the agents. It's on a directory. And when you punch in one of their extensions, the phone goes directly to their cell phone. So you will get an agent if you call our office. And when you're at jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab. We have a roof cam on top of the building, a picture of Dunmore Corners, and we get thousands of hits a month. So do that when you've got nothing to do.
And there's a lot of people that don't have very much to do.
Really.
But the governor stopped our in-person meetings. We understand it's for the health and safety of all involved, and but we don't have to stop communicating. So our realtors are here to assist you, guide you, and help you in real estate matters, and we're still able to communicate. We just can't meet one-on-one with people these days. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by visiting mobile-friendly jruddy.com. That's jruddy.com. Okay, Ed Price, Luzerne County Security Consultant for Vector Security. We talked a lot about the home security systems that Vector Security offers. If you can just take a moment here and tell me about you and the company, Vector Security, please.
Sure. My name is Ed Price. I am born and raised in the Kingston area. I'm working out of our Wilkes-Barre branch, which is on Casey Ave in Wilkes-Barre, and I've been with the company for 4 years, and we are servicing. We service 15 counties from our branch.
Vector Security headquarters is based in Pittsburgh, right?
Yes, our home office is in Pittsburgh, where we are also the proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Great. And you know, here's some accolades. You rank number 4 among top home security system providers in the United States. You've grown tremendously over the last couple of years. In fact, you mentioned last week you're in an office where you purchased another security system company.
Yes, yeah, we're always on the lookout. We're always on the lookout for expansion, and we purchased a company. It's the ADS Security, and basically we acquired them and all their customers, and we're introducing them to Vector and expanding our territory.
Excellent. A growing company, and you have a lot of long-term employees, which signals the health of the company. So that's great.
Yes.
All right. So, I'm thinking about the pandemic, COVID-19, and the virus, and how it's changed our lives. And sometimes there's a lot of scams that, unfortunately, prosper and thrive in times like these. And so, we've mentioned them on our show before. There's a lot of scams as a result, and taking advantage of people. And so now I think more than ever it's important that we have security systems in place. And, it has invited a lot of people, unfortunately, break-ins to occur at this time as well.
Yes, unfortunately, it's the last couple designs that I've done were due to break-ins, blatant break-ins, just smashing the door and grabbing and going, and it's a shame. It really is. People are, they're confused right now and they're desperate, and unfortunately, some resort to crime. So I'm always a firm believer, not just because I do this for a living, but that people really need to secure what matters most to them, which is their family, their home, and to make sure that they take those steps to protect the things they care about.
I was reviewing some of the FBI uniform crime statistics, and these are from 2018. The FBI always comes out with an annual report, and interesting, there were, in 2018, 1,200,000 burglaries, but it was down compared to 2017, 11.9%. It's down 28% since 2014, and down 44% since 2009. What would the reason be that it's going down?
Well,
I
believe that
news.
I think those are it's phenomenal, and it's extremely promising. I love those numbers, and I think a lot of people are taking security measures. You see a lot more surveillance cameras out. You see a lot more security signs, especially in our area. I walk down my street in Kingston, and the majority is Vector, all lined up, and it's a great marker, so that if somebody is going to do a break-in, they see that security sign and they leave. They don't want to deal with it, and I think that has a lot to do with those burglary decrease numbers.
Homes without security systems are vulnerable, obviously, but it's up to 300% more likely to be broken into. In the U.S., a home burglary occurs every 13 seconds, and it's most likely during the day. Well, that's when we were all working. Most likely, 68% burglar is a stranger, and 95% of break-ins needed some amount of force, and they usually bypass the home with a security system. Most break-ins occur in the summer. I thought that was interesting, July and August, and the least amount occur in February because it's too cold to deal with it,
they
right?
can track you in the snow, too, right? They look for the footprints.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
All right.
You read my mind.
Yeah, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that one out.
So, but the losses, this is to me remarkable. Victims suffered $3.4 billion in property losses, and that amounts on average to $2,800 per burglary. So, what are they stealing these days, Ed?
Well, it's a lot of people nowadays. They're not. It's not like what you see in the movies where they're bringing the panel van and they're unloading the entire house. They're going in, they're grabbing, and they're going. They're taking things that are easily movable, like jewelry any money laying around, any collectibles, anything that isn't going to draw attention to them and be bulky and slow them down. So it's not. It's very rare that it's TVs and sound systems. It's smaller things, and most of the time those smaller things are the things that matter, especially jewelry. I mean, that could be passed down from generations. You could have a necklace that a great-great-grandmother passed down, or a wedding ring, or an engagement ring, whatever the case may be, and it's all in one place, and they pick up the jewelry box and they go.
And so the most targeted, would you say, would be the elderly, right?
Yes, because there's, it's unfortunate to say, but there's not a lot of resistance, and they're counting on them not hearing or seeing anything, and it's extremely important for seniors to have it if they're not living in a residential community, if they're on their own, and they're going to be home for the day. It's good to have a system that they could set to a stay mode where their perimeter is armed, and that alarm will go off if anybody breached those particular entry points.
Jackie, you can talk about a break-in firsthand, right, and how traumatizing it could be to a person.
Yeah, for years I couldn't shake it. It was really devastating.
Yeah, you were home when they broke in, right?
Yes. So, two girls living alone, and we didn't have much. We barely had furniture. We just started out on our own, and it was my first apartment. And so I could never stay at that place again. I had to leave, and it was very traumatizing. So, and there's you just can't shake it off the next day like a broken nail and say, okay, moving on. It stayed with me for many, many, many years. So, my peace of mind and security, I know, were shattered. And so what happens, what would you say be the single most thing somebody should avoid after installing a security system from Vector Security? What would you say to avoid, Ed?
What they should avoid? They should avoid forgetting to set their alarm system. If they've had an alarm. In the term you guys use in your business is complacent alarm usage? Yes.
So arming their system, getting it installed and not using it.
Right. So that is, and unfortunately there's a lot of cases where people are going through the motion and they're taking that first step, but sometimes they're not comfortable arming it. A lot of people are afraid that they're going to set the alarm off, and that's the number one thing that we get from new security users. The good thing is that Vector will go to your house. We'll do some scenarios with you, and we'll know through reports on our side whether you're arming your system or not. It's a good thing about dealing with a local professional security company is that it's you might be nervous, you might be scared. You can always pick up the phone and call us, and we'll go through the motions with you. We'll do the scenarios where if you're going to go to the grocery store, we'll have you set the alarm. We'll walk out the door with you and make sure you're comfortable with that. Then we'll have you walk back in, and we'll get you in that routine so that you can comfortably do it on your own.
Well, we have Vector. We had some other big alarm company that we were not happy with. They were charging us for everything. And they would allow us, I think it was like 3 false alarms a year, and then you would have to pay extra for that. Let me tell you something. I turn the alarm on every night, and there are days where I go downstairs when I'm still half asleep, and I set the alarm off. But you guys, you don't charge us for that. You get on the phone, you call us, and then I'm very apologetic. You call within 2 minutes, and they say, how's everything? And I say, everything's fine. And I apologize.
Yeah.
One of the things is I like about you guys, and you are cheaper than the other guys, too, so that you're just everything you just said is what I like about Vector.
Yep, that's our false alarm protocol. So we do reach out, and we don't charge for the false alarms. So we always reach out to the homeowner to make sure everything's okay, because sometimes it's just an accident. It's whether you're walking downstairs in the middle of the night or you opened up a window to get some air. It's not, we'll call you, we'll make sure everything's okay.
Aside from the protection of valuables and keeping our loved ones safe, there's also an added value to having a security system, because potential buyers looking to buy a home that has a security system, this is a very desirable amenity, especially if there's home automation involved. That's what buyers want these days.
Yes. I work with a lot of local realtors where when they're selling, they're working for the seller, buyer, whatever. That's always an added feature on their report. System has a security system, and I always leave a packet of information with my contact information with the realtor to give to that new homeowner, and I kind of educate the realtor as well and say, listen, just let them know that it's not just a security system. This particular system that they have in the house can activate their lights. It can connect with their garage door opener. It has all these features. And the realtor learns a little something, and they pass that information on to their buyer, and it's been working out wonderfully.
I'm going to ask a question that I think I know the answer to. Does installation matter?
Yes. So
Can someone
installation.
do this, watch a YouTube video, go to a big box store and buy a kit and install all of these things in their home, especially if they're handy.
Yeah, I hear the advertisements on the radio. We'll give you $1 and you'll be great. What about it? Tell me.
It's another avenue, and everybody's in business to capture that particular customer. But with the installation, I mean, our installers they're professional, they're Vector trained, they're Vector employees, so they have Vector uniforms, driving a Vector vehicle. You're not getting outsourced, and you have a guy in a white T-shirt and jeans coming to your house and spending time there, or you're not trying to figure out or wasting a Sunday trying to put a system up that you're not familiar with instead of spending time with your family. So we don't charge anything for installation. Once we put together your system, we have our guys come down. We kind of do a second walkthrough, make sure you understand why we're putting things where we're putting them. And not only do we install all the equipment, but we give you a little class afterwards. And we say, listen, this is how everything works. This is what this device does. And we go through the entire system with you and make sure that you're comfortable before we leave.
And on your website, you have videos, too, that a consumer can check out. Plus, there's troubleshooting, right?
Yes. Not only troubleshooting through videos, but troubleshooting through our 1-800 numbers. So we have very educated people that are able to talk you through any situation. They have all the scenarios, and they'll say, what's your question? What is this doing? And they'll talk you right through it. And most of the case, it's a very, very easy fix.
Very good. Now, regarding that complacent alarm usage, you monitor who's using their alarms, and you have reports. So you know if somebody's actively using their system that you installed. So then if they're not, that's an opportunity for you to reach out. And I love that, because you are helping them through that, whatever it is. If they're afraid they're setting the alarm off too much, or if they have a problem, you guys are there to guide and assist them.
Yes, it's not just installed and then good luck, we'll see you later. We're constantly in touch with you and making sure everything's going okay. You're part of the Vector family, so we want to make sure that you're using the system and that you're happy with the system.
Can you use can you give different access codes to different members of the family, or say you have a housekeeper or something like that?
So I'll give you a perfect example because of the business you guys are in. A lot of accounts that we get are second homeowners. So they have vacation properties in the Poconos or wherever, and they're not there full time. So what we do is we can incorporate different codes, and we can incorporate vendor codes. So if they have a person that comes and cleans the house, we could have the house cleaner with that specific code on a specific day. So that house cleaner doesn't have the access to that property at all except one day of the week, which let's just say Thursday between 9 and 12. So if she was to come on Wednesday, her credentials would not work. Or if you had somebody that needed to check the furnace, you can have the furnace guy have his own code and have it deactivated, and then when you need him to go to the house, you could simply activate it, and he has access to the property. So there's you can go up to 200 codes, which nobody really uses that many, but you have that option. and it this way it prevents the homeowner from having to drive down and to let people in, or to coordinate with multiple people to get that service done.
Or visit the neighbor's house who has a key.
Well, yes.
Right? Very good.
And it eliminates the spare keys. Very good point.
Because you never know whose hands they fall into, or they could be lost, and that's never a good feeling either. Ed Price, Luzerne County Security Consultant for Vector Security. May I have your contact information, please?
The website is vectorsecurity.com, and the office number is 1-800-222-6565.
Thank you, Ed. Pat, would you like to review a listing?
Yes, we have 2 acres of land that's on Route 106 in Greenfield Township for only $25,000. This piece of land is flat. It's got 160 feet of road frontage, and it's 625 feet deep. It's located on Route 106 near Schuss Road, and it's in the Lakeland School District. There is an older barn on the property that's going to need some attention, but that just adds to the character of the property. That's a 2-acre piece of land on Route 106 near Schuss Road in Greenfield Township for only $25,000, and that's listed by Gail Lewis of our office.
Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM, The Talker. We'll be back in a few moments.
How smart is a Century 21 agent? They have more brain power than a barrel full of Einsteins and the gentle wisdom of a monk. They know your city, your neighborhood, and they might even know your mom, so watch your language. They can simplify, multiply, and leap tall mountains of paperwork in a single bound. Plus, they know where to find the best cup of joe. This is who they are. This is what they do. Century 21 agents. Smarter, bolder, faster. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Jackie Ruddy from Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Is real estate on your mind? It's on ours 24/7. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or in need of an appraisal, you have questions, we have answers.
Thinking of buying or selling a house and have questions? Tune in to the Real Estate Roundtable hosted by locally owned and operated Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday mornings at 11:30.
Call 570-344-6724 or visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com.
We're back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM, The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney.
And we're back.
And we're back with Ed Price, Luzerne County Security Consultant for Vector Security. Thanks so much for 2 weeks in a row of great discussion. We're learning a lot of new things that you offer at Vector Security. Can you run down the list, the features that Vector Security offers? And I know you do business, but we're primarily focused on for the home.
Yes, yeah, not a problem. So obviously the security system is the starter, and from the security system you could build and do. We have light bulbs that coordinate with your security system, appliance modules which coordinate with your any plug-in devices that are low voltage, such as lamps or curling irons or toasters. We do garage door openers that sync up with the system that will not only let you know if the garage door is open or closed, it'll let you know if you forgot to open or if you forgot to close the garage door. So if you're going on vacation and you get about 5 miles out, we have a geofence on our system that will give you an alert and say your garage door is still open. So you don't have that conversation when you get to where you're going about whether you left it open or not. We have the surveillance cameras. We do the thermostats that hook up to the security system to help control your billing. So the system's smart enough to know your routine, whether anyone's home or they're not home. So it'll lower the heat or raise the heat. We do the automated door locks, which can have multiple users and multiple codes that you can unlock and lock your door remotely from anywhere that has cell service. So you could be on vacation and let somebody in your house and disarm your system. And then other things that we do is we can coordinate. We can coordinate between our security system and, let's just say, your irrigation system or your speaker system, the Alexa to do the you could speak to Alexa and have it arm your system. So there's many avenues that our security system can build off of.
Nice.
Ed, what are some of the most common mistakes you see homeowners make? Do you have some tips for people for security just for their home?
Yeah, well, the number one thing that I see a lot of is things that can be used as a stepping point. So if you have those industrial plastic recycling bins that I know that we use in my town, and just say you have 5 of them, it can be stacked to be a somewhat makeshift ladder that can get to a window that could possibly be open. So I try to tell people to reduce the clutter around the house, especially things that could be used as a stepping point. Make sure sheds and garages are locked. Windows, blinds, and curtains are very important. I know people like natural light, but when you're not home, draw the curtains or the blinds so that you're not giving somebody a preview of your what's in your home, and they kind of do a virtual map in their head of how to get around your home through that accessible window. Any ladders that are left in the backyard or any tools. Most people are coming in just with nothing in their pockets. They're not coming in with a bag of tools or a ladder. They're using things that are immediately around them. So don't make it easy for them and put that stuff away. Put it in a shed or a garage, basement, whatever. But kind of keep the house clutter-free. Bushes that are in front of windows, kind of keep them trimmed so people can't hide behind them. Bilco doors, make sure on a regular basis that you're checking those Bilco doors that they're locked, because that's a very big entry point. If that door is unlocked, they could just go down in the basement and they could use that as a hiding point until you get home. So things like that is what I usually do on the walkthroughs to educate people on how to be more secure.
Lighting's important too, right?
Yeah. When I'm home, I keep the doors locked even when I'm home. Jackie had an incident where a client of hers was sitting on the living room couch and somebody just walked in the living room, right? Remember that a couple of years ago down on Columbia?
Yeah, they were going through the greenery section, and that's what they were doing, going to the back of the home. A lot of people keep their doors unlocked, especially in the back of the home, and that's how they were getting into homes. And they were during the day, broad daylight, and they weren't expecting to find anybody home. But he was sitting there on his couch, so it didn't end well for them. But Ed Price, the Luzerne County Security Consultant for Vector Security, can I have your contact info, please?
Sure. Our website is www.vectorsecurity.com. And our office number is 1-800-222-6565.
We enjoyed our time with you. Thank you so much for coming in on the Real Estate Roundtable with us.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Remember to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker.